so today I'm just going to do a brief explanation of concealers. So this video is dedicated to people who are just indulging in makeup. I'm just going to do a demo on how to apply and blend and just what concealer is used for. So if you are interested in that kind of video, then keep watching. So you can use concealer with or without a full face of makeup. Today we're going to start without, and just to show what concealer can actually do and its actual purpose, we're going to start off with concealer that is your actual shade. So this is going to be used to conceal any dark marks, blemishes, pimples, anything you would like to cover up. So I'm starting off with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the color Chestnut. This is one of the best concealers to use for people who are just starting off. This concealer costs about $3 and you can find it at your local beauty supply. Starting off with the concealer, we're going to do our under eye. So the main part of your face to conceal when you're doing your makeup is your under eye. So I'm only going to do one side so I can show, the purpose of this. So for just concealing, you want to put it directly under your under eye and you don't want to cake it up too much. So just to conceal, this is more than enough, and you want to blend it out, but do not spread or wipe the product. So here, the eye is covered and it looks more awake already, and I did it by dabbing and pressing. So I'm moving the brush here like this, and then I'm pressing at the same time. So this is spreading the product without me wiping it and drawing it out too far. Under eye concealer is simply just for your eyes to look more awake, because most times the dark marks create shadow. Yeah, so you have a big difference already without being too complicated. So another example of this is going into dark marks on your face. So I have slightly, not really anything, but a couple bumps on my forehead that I'm going to go into, and we're going to cover those up. So when you're trying to cover up any blemishes, you want to do less and then build on top of that. And we're going to do that same dabbing motion that we did before. You can still see a little bit of the concealer, and because of that, you want to go on the perimeters of where the product is and further blend. So not on top of where the product is, but at the edges, just to make them more seamless and to blur them out. See, and just like that, it's a little less noticeable. So with concealer, we can also do things like highlighting, and for the most part, you want to get a concealer that is a little bit less of your complexion. This one from NYX is at least 2 shades lighter than my actual complexion. It's showing a little brighter on camera, but it's not that far from this one. So this one is slightly brighter than my complexion, and it's going to give me a more highlighted effect. And when you want to highlight, you can either conceal and then highlight, or just use your concealer as a highlight and concealer. See how we've already concealed our under eye? There's no more dark marks, there's no more dark circles, we don't look tired anymore. But say if I wanted to look more highlighted and more brightened under the eye, I could just add this on top, and I'm going to add this around it, right underneath. So not on top of the concealer that we already added, but just slightly under. And I put a little bit more than we did with the other one, just so that we can give that highlighted effect. So here, the drastic difference from when we just covered up something and now we've highlighted my whole under eye, now it's elevated this entire side of my face. So not just my eye, but it's elevated this whole section to make it appear more sleek and more up, and my cheekbone is now more defined or highlighted, and it's giving me a more drawn up effect, so it's creating an illusion to draw your eyes up and not down. And if you look on this side, I look a little more tired compared to the other side. So on the other side of the face, we're just going to simply do just to highlight it and conceal. So we're going to use this concealer not just to highlight, but we're going to use it to do the same thing we did on the other side. So as you can see, I placed a little bit more concealer on this eye than I did before, and that is because when you're going for a more highlighted effect, you're going for a more dramatic look. As you're blending, when you're doing highlight, things can get really messy really fast, so you don't want to wipe. Like I said before, you want to continuously just spread the makeup by dabbing and pushing in the product because you want it to be one with your skin. So even though we're going for a really dramatic look and it's not going to look natural at all, you want to make sure that you're not over highlighting, because this product, like I said, is liquid, and just as easily as it's spreading under the eye and becoming very highlighted, it can also spread itself very thin and easily end up being down here somewhere. So for the most part, we will be done with this section of our makeup. It's not subtle in any kind of way. We get the same result here, but one just looks slightly lighter than the other. The last way that I want to talk about for concealer is to use one that is darker than your complexion to add depth and shadow to your face. So this is also an LA Girl concealer. This is just in the color Mahogany, and this is just a few shades darker than my actual complexion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to contour slightly with this, and just to give a demonstration. So I'm going to, where that highlight ends on both sides of my face, that's where I'm going to start the contour. And I'm just going to put a couple of lines very lightly at that area. See? We're not on the line and we're not too far below the line, but we are going to spread that product so it can give us the illusion. And normally I would use a different kind of brush for this particular set, but just for the sake of the video, we're using this same blending brush. This is actually an eye brush, but we're just going to use the same blending brush just so I can get the point across. And I'm still doing a dabbing motion. The product is already spreading itself because it's liquid. So you don't need to do anything more than what you've already been doing. So I'm dabbing it to, press it into my skin. And then I'm going to blend up. And you don't want to sweep this product into the highlight. You want to just try to blur the line ever so slightly. And you want to do this because you don't want your product to become muddy, because when colors start to mix, it becomes really dull and grayish and it starts to look really muddy on your face, and that's not the goal. You just want to literally try to create highlight and shadow in the same area without mixing the two together. When you're doing this step, you want to do your best not to further spread the product away from the area that it's already in. So I just went and got a more dense and fluffy brush just so I can further blend this product out, because the smaller one wasn't really helping me. So I'm just going to further blend that product. Unless you want things to be more diffused instead of just this line of muddiness. So now, as you can see, where we put the contour, everything looks slimmer than this side of my face. So again, we have this contrast where this end of my face is lifted and then this end is droopy, even though we have the highlight there. So I'm going to further blend the highlight into the contour. And I'm only concentrating this dabbing motion on the outer ends of where the highlight area is. And I'm not doing circular motions because I don't want these two to mix together. Like I said, we're avoiding that. We just want the line to be seamless between the two. So if you consider what we started off with before, I'll put it on the screen on this end, but you'll be able to see there's a complete difference between even what we already have on this side of our face, but where we started at with the contour. And we have depth, we have highlight, we have sculptedness, and it just gives our face a lift on this end that we don't have over here. So that's the final look. Well, that's the end of the video because this is not the final look. But that's the end of the video. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.